That right there is a good head sculpt. Hi everyone, welcome to 1/6 Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the newly announced Hot Toys 1/6 scale Batman based on the likeness of Michael Keaton, not from 1989 or not from 1982 or 1992 should I say, but from the upcoming Flash movie, which will be released in theaters next month, June. I think it's June 14th. Obviously have not seen the movie. A lot of the early critics reviews and stuff have been overwhelmingly positive. I'm skeptical. I'm always skeptical of the Dceu movies. I think they're terrible, okay? I'm not a fan of them. I think they're awful movies. But I have to say, the trailer for this looks good. It looks interesting. I've watched Flashpoint, the animated movie that obviously was inspired from the Flashpoint comic. I haven't actually read the comic or graphic novel. I really need to get onto that before I watch this. But the storyline's interesting. And I did like animated movie. And this here looks amazing, okay? I'm more interested in seeing this movie for Michael Keaton. I don't care about The Flash and I don't care about Ezra Miller, okay? Just don't care. Don't really particularly care about the DCU. There's elements that I like, but no. What can I say? I think I've said enough. I'm not here really to talk about the movie because it hasn't been announced yet. Hasn't been released yet. I'll watch it. I'll watch it with an open mind. But I'm going to see it because of Michael Keaton. Now, this was announced today. I've heard a few people kind of say, why would they announce this when The Flash is the main character? Have you not been paying attention? So there's obviously reasons for that. Maybe they go ahead and they do announce The Flash, Ezra Miller. It would make sense that it is the title character. But although Ezra Miller has landed himself in a bunch of controversy, so maybe they just won't actually announce him. I don't know. Could be like could be in the Amber Heard pile. That's an appropriate choice of words. Right, so does this look like Michael Keaton? 100%. This actually looks great. I think this sculpt is very, very strong. Just looking at this figure objectively, it does look like Michael Keaton. Obviously a significantly older version of Michael Keaton. Definitely. I see it in the eyes. I see it in the mouth. He does look quite old in that trailer. He is 71. I think possibly the skin is maybe even slightly too rough, but that could be lighting, that could be lenses, that could be aperture, whatever. But I definitely think they've nailed the likeness here. The sculpted hair looks a bit weak. I think maybe it's because he's actually maybe even lighter. Like his hair isn't as thick in reality as what they've done here, but again, that could be light, and I'm really splitting hairs, no pun intended. This looks very like Michael Keaton. This is a very, very strong sculpt. So we're going to flick through some of this. I don't know when this is coming out yet. I assume this is probably like the Miles Morales that was announced just during the week is due to come out Q3, Q4 of next year. I'd imagine this will be like that, or even Q1 of 2025. I really hope it's not Q1 2025. I'd imagine this is going to be Q3 or Q4 of next year. I don't have a price for this off the top of my head. Like, it's so hard to predict these prices because I thought Star-Lord would be about maybe $285 or something like that, and it was $265. This here, I'd imagine $300, just shy of $300. It's a head sculpt, rolling eyes function. It's got that base. I would say about just shy of 300, maybe in around that ballpark, give or take $10-15. I want to see the photo of everything it comes with first. Let's start off there. So Batman, modern suit, 1/6 scale collectible figure. It comes with separate, obviously the head sculpt of a 71-year-old Michael Keaton, which is very well done. Separate rolling eyeballs function. Newly developed detailed batsuit with great articulation. I love the way they just say it. Great articulation. You have 3 different swap out mouthpieces, which we'll take a closer look at. The cape, in some of the photos it looks like it's a wired cape, and then in other photos it looks like a drape cape. I'm wondering, is there 2 capes? I will read the blog now and see. First edition exclusive accessory. I don't know what that is. It looks like, is it something that clips onto the base? Is it like the cowl he holds? If it's a cowl he holds that's empty, that's probably a no-brainer. That's the one you want to get. It looks like a grapnel firing gun. It looks like some sort of a communication device. Just want to zoom in here. So just looking here, you got like, it looks like a ninja star here. I don't know what this device he's holding. There's no label on it. And the same under this one, it looks like a remote control. There's no label on it. I'm not sure what that is. You got a batarang here. And obviously you got the base, which lights up. Right, so that's everything it comes with. So objectively, yeah, it looks like Michael Keaton. The suit, you know, it's a cool looking suit. More subjectively, I'm always going to lean towards the 1989 Batman when I think of Michael Keaton. This is, as much as it looks great, it's not a figure I necessarily need in my collection. I know like a lot of my friends will be going, oh, he's definitely going to get this. If the movie is awful, then that would probably be the decider. Because the Batman that I need when Michael Keaton is concerned is the 1989 Batman. The one that they've recently 2.0's with the gargoyle and the steps diorama and all the stuff. That was as good as a dopo. It wasn't a dopo, but as good as a day one that I would have ever done. Basically, close to day one, but wasn't day one. It's ordered. And the Batmobile. Grant, that could be me done. Maybe pick up, work backwards and pick up the Dceu 8 Joker. Happy days, job done. That could be me 1989 out. This here is one of those pieces of art that it's like, this just looks so good. Now, if the movie is good and he is really, really good in it, that would be the deciding factor. Because I don't necessarily need the 71-year-old Michael Keaton, especially if it's from a poor film. And I am skeptical. Like, I know you might be watching, I'm not trying to be negative, it's just like the Justice League, no. Justice League, no. The Batman vs Superman, I love the Dark Knight Returns, the graphic novel and the animated movie they did. They're super pieces of art. And there was aspects of Batman and Robin I enjoyed, but for the most part, it's not a good movie. And then like Aquaman, no. Just first Suicide Group, no. No. Man of Steel I liked, and the James Gunn, the Suicide Squad, the second one, quite liked them, but I'm skeptical. But I'm really hoping that, like, they need a kind of a win. The DCU needs a win, and there's a lot of the trailer that looks really good. The fact that we've got Michael Keaton back, the Batwing looks good. That Supergirl, she looks fantastic. It's based on a good story, Flashpoint anyway, and you've got the Ben Affleck in the with the traditional kind of like grey and blue suit and that huge tumbler like bike. That's all. There's a lot of cool stuff there. So I'm hoping it's good. More so for those DCEU fans. Plus, I don't want to spend like €20 going to the cinema to see a crap film. This looks very good. Like I like the way the cape drapes here. I'm not sure, is this going to be one that you're going to need a Jackson Zhu or Tony May? I don't know, you probably have to have it in hand first. I like the way he's holding the cowling. This is that exclusive part. Proportions look good. The gauntlets with the blades look good. The utility belt looks good. I'm always going to, it's inevitable that your mind compares this to the 89 or the 92. And I still prefer the 89. But I'm hopelessly biased because you're tapping into nostalgia from when you're like a 6-year-old watching it for the first time. But this looks good. Like the suit is kind of like, there are obviously it's very, very similar. But I do prefer the other one. It's like a more organic kind of a look to it. I also like the way the cowl in the 89 one kind of goes down like that. There's all these arches and they kind of like protrude out. That's a bloody good sculpt though, and the rolling eyes function just bring it to life more. This funny part here around the top of the emblem, not sure is that doing it for me. That looks so lifelike. It's obviously a very futuristic style of suit, but still kind of nods to the original as well. I love this. This was one of the shots that really captured my attention. So I'm wondering, like, can you? Is there wires in this cape that you see? He's gripping that. It looks like he's gripping a wire that's inside the cape that's holding that cape out like that. But yeah, it drapes very well in other shots. So I'm wondering, is this just trickery like that? Is that even going to be possible? Could you set that up on like wires or a floating stand or some sort of a stand and have it like that? I am a bit skeptical. Newly developed detailed batsuit with great articulation. Love that. That's funny. Okay, faceplates. First one, yeah, definitely see Michael Keaton. Love that. Obviously, the Rolling Eyes functioning on here. That's a bit of a. I don't really see Michael Keaton there, but you know, sometimes people just like your face is always changing and stuff. So, and then the smirk is funny. It looks a bit goofy, it looks a bit cheesy, but in the trailer, he has that smirk. It looks a bit goofy, and it looks a bit funny. Whereas I thought that with the 1989 when he was smirking, the suit was just that kind of like, you know, it was at one stage he was the Joker was taunting him. It was a little smirk, but he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you, and that's what was kind of cool about it. Whereas this one looks a little cheesy, but that's the way it does look like in the trailer, to be fair. So I think they've done a great job with these interchangeable lower faceplates. it looks really funny. Like, you know, he's just after saying "Let's get nuts" or "I'm Batman" or whatever. The earpieces, the kind of the ears, they're quite large and exaggerated there. Can't unsee them now. Look, this is a release that people are massively hyped about it, and I completely understand why. And I think we all kind of saw this coming. Like, the focus of the trailer was more so on the Batman, on Michael Keaton specifically, than it was on any other character really, and that's where the hype is and nostalgia and stuff like that. So this part here, is this the part he's holding, I wonder, in some of those other shots? See the way here on the left there, he's holding that. Don't have a price at the moment. So look, I'd imagine this will be due for release probably the end of next year. Don't have a price at the moment. I'd say maybe $315 something. Just going to throw that out there. Just speculation. I don't actually have anything solid yet. Do I think, like, objectively, is it a good figure? Yeah, I do. I think objectively, I think the proportions look good. I think they've done a great job with the suit. The faceplates look good. The actual unmasked sculpt is the star of the show. It definitely looks like a 71-year-old Michael Keaton. The cape looks good and all that. I don't know if it's for me yet though, because it's just that I can't have everything and I have to make hard choices, and I think we all have to do that as collectors. You can't have everything. So for me, it's 89 2.0 any day of the week. But if this movie like blows my mind and he's particularly good in it, that'd be something I go, yeah, grand, okay, we'll get it and worry about it later. Now, that sculpt is so good. I do want to take a look at just a little blurb that comes with this guy. So, right, so I want to see, there should be this in it. The first edition exclusively includes a back cowl with stand as bonus accessory. It's a superb collectibles for fans of Dark Knight. The first edition, does that mean it's like the first batch is the only one that's going to contain that? That's something that I've never seen before. I don't think I've seen that before. Maybe they've had that before, but they're calling it here first edition, because usually it's an exclusive accessory. It's like a timed pre-order on Sideshow where you have to order before a certain time, and that's how you lock in your hologram, or in this case a cowl or whatever, and then they usually turn up in other Hong Kong resellers on that market anyway. You can still get them, but I wonder, the way that's phrased, the first edition exclusively includes the Batman cowl. So maybe this is another way that they're trying to get people to pre-order. The specialized body highlights Batman's muscular, a highly detailed batsuit interchange. Here we go now. A highly detailed batsuit and interchangeable fabric bat capes to replicate the textured, detailed signature back edge. So does that mean there's two capes then? There has to be. So there must be a drape, and then the one that flares out with that looks like it's wired. That's what it, yeah, so that's what it says. A specialized one, I'm going to read that again. A highly detailed batsuit and interchangeable fabric bat capes. So that would suggest there's more than one cape. Right, so that's it. Look, this is one of those big announcements. Head sculpt looks super. The suit is very, very well done. The capes, and by the looks of things, two different capes. That's a nice touch. You know, the base is okay. It doesn't really blow my mind. I like when it has a little bit of a diorama or something like that, like a piece of the floor they're standing on, as opposed to just something that says Batman or whatever. But I like, that's just personal preference. So look, yeah, good times. So if you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know if you're picking this one up or not. Let me know, give me your score out of 10 for that head sculpt. You can also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.